जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी राधा जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी राधा कुंज जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी राधा माधव जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र वृंदावन चंद्र राधे जय निताई गौरंग जय निताई गौरंग जय निताई गौरंग जय निताई गौरंग जय निताई निताई गौरंग जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय
आचार्य स्तोत्र श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3. Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Text number 22. Naradevatvam apannaha Naradevatvam apannaha Naradevatvam apannaha Sura Karya Chikishaya Surakarya Chikishaya Surakarya Chikishaya Samudra Nigrahadini Samudra Nigrahadini Samudra Nigrahadini Chakre Viryani Ataha Param Chakre Viryanyatah Param Chakre Viryanyatah Param Naradevattvamapannaha Surakarya Chikirshaya Samudra Nigrahadini Chakre Viryanyatah Param Naradevattvamapannaha Surakarya Chikirshaya Samudra Nigrahadini Chakre Viryanyatah Param. Naradevattvamapannaha Surakarya Chikirshaya Samudra Nigrahadini Chakre Viryanyatah Param. Nara, human being. Devatvam, divinity. Apannaha, having assumed the form of. Sura, the demigods. Karya, activities. Chikishaya, for the purpose of performing. Samudra, the Indian Ocean. Nigraha Adini, controlling, etc. Chakre, did perform. Viryani, superhuman prowess. Atha Param, thereafter. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. In the 18th incarnation, the Lord appeared as King Rama. In order to perform some pleasing work for the demigods, he exhibited superhuman powers by controlling the Indian Ocean and then killing the atheist king Ravana, who was on the other side of the sea. Kindly repeat. In the 18th incarnation, the Lord appeared as King Rama in order to perform some pleasing work for the demigods. He exhibited superhuman powers by controlling the Indian Ocean and then killing the atheist king Ravana, who was on the other side of the sea. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The personality of Godhead Sri Rama assumed the form of a human being and appeared on the earth for the purpose of doing some pleasing work for the demigods or the administrative personalities to maintain the order of the universe. Sometimes great demons and atheists like Ravana and Hiranyakashipu and many others become very famous due to advancing material civilization by the help of material science and other activities with a spirit of challenging the established order of the Lord. For example, the attempt to fly to other planets by material means is a challenge to the established order. The conditions of each and every planet are different, and different classes of human beings are accommodated there for particular purposes mentioned in the codes of the Lord. But puffed up by tiny success in material advancement, sometimes the godless materialists challenge the existence of God. Ravana was one of them, and he wanted to deport ordinary men to the planet of Indra, heaven, by material means, without consideration of the necessary qualifications. He wanted a staircase to be built up directly, reaching the heavenly planet, so that people might not be required to undergo the routine of pious work necessary to enter that planet. He also wanted to perform other acts against the established rule of the Lord. He even challenged the authority of Sri Rama, the personality of Godhead, and kidnapped his wife Sita. Of course, Lord Rama came to chastise this atheist, answering the prayer and desire of the demigods. He therefore took up the challenge of Ravana, and the complete activity is subject matter of the Ramayana. Because Lord Ramachandra was the personality of Godhead, he exhibited superhuman activities which no human being, including the materially advanced Ravana, could perform. Lord Ramachandra prepared a royal road on the Indian Ocean with stones that floated on the water. The modern scientists have done research in the area of weightlessness, but it is not possible to bring in weightlessness anywhere and everywhere. But because weightlessness is the creation of the Lord, by which he can make the gigantic planets fly and float in the air, he made the stones even within this earth to be weightless, and prepared a stone bridge on the sea without any supporting pillar. That is the display of the power of God. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today is the auspicious appearance day of Lord Ramachandra. So on this occasion we have chosen an appropriate verse, which is very much part of this chapter which we are discussing on Sundays. So here, in the 18th incarnation it is mentioned. Actually there is no such number, but just as a sequence here while describing, Sutta Goswami is telling to the sages of Naimisharanya, the Lord appeared as King Rama. Which Lord? Which Lord? Lord Krishna. So this important aspect or important principle we have to understand, that there is no difference between Krishna and Rama. Many times it becomes a little difficult. When we visit temples in South India, there are a lot of Vishnu temples, Narayana temples, right? Very wonderful, beautiful. Just like in Sri Rangam, we have Sri Ranganatha, who is lying like this, right? big deity. Any of you visited Srirangam? Yeah. You have seen, no? Deity is so huge, only from the door you can see one portion of the deity. You little go here, there and see completely. Less like in our altar, here in Vrindavan Chandrodaya temple, just directly if you see full form of Krishna. Whereas that form of Krishna, in the form of Ranganatha, you have to see completely, once you have to see this way and then like this, then you have to see all the way up to lotus feet. Then even from the middle, there is one more on top. What is there? From lotus flower is coming out, and then Brahma is there. And there are so many stages. So it looks like that form must be much powerful, no? Than this form. What is this? Only Krishna with a flute. That form is so opulent. This is the understanding generally people have with regard to Krishna, who has appeared as a cowherd boy in Vrindavana, and his other different forms which he manifested as incarnations as very big, very prominent. A general notion people have in society, at least the Hindu society, is that Narayana is the source of all incarnations. Because he's having 4 hands, no? Whereas Krishna has only 2 hands. So like this, there are some, understandings. Who is supreme, who is big, because it is all our material calculation. So Prabhupada is telling, Krishna appears and he incarnates in many, many forms. Lord Brahma very nicely explains, Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam. The same Krishna, he is appearing as many, many incarnations as Lord Varaha, Kurma, Matsya, Ramachandra, like this. Ramadi Murtishu Kala Niyamena Tishtan. Rama Adi means like Lord Ramachandra, so many other incarnations are emanating from whom? From Govindam Adi Purusham. Right? Sometimes somebody may comment, oh, because you are all worshipping Krishna, you want to say Krishna is supreme. Right? Or somebody is worshipping Rama, they say Rama is supreme. Somebody is worshipping Narayana, Narayana is supreme. So who is supreme? This point is always there as sadhakas. Even now, in our devotional life, sometimes this sort of a contradictory or conflicting type of a statement when we hear, then we start thinking whether I am doing right thing or what is supreme and what is other forms. So very clearly, scriptures mention, Bhagavatam is telling, all these forms are actually different expansions or incarnations of Krishna only. It's Krishna only in different forms. Today, one of the devotees greeted me, Jai Shri Ram. It's very good, Jai Shri Ram. Very happy to tell Rama's name. So Prabhupada explains in one context, sometimes people may complain, oh, you are all Krishna, 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 no Rama. Prabhupada says, no, we are chanting Rama more than you. How? Because 1,000 names of Vishnu, Sahasra Vishnu Nama, is equal to one name of Rama, as per scriptures. So 1,000 names of Vishnu is equal to one name of Rama. And 3 names of Rama is equal to one Krishna. This scriptural evidence, Prabhupada quotes. So when you say Krishna, 3 times Rama is there already. So in our chanting of Hare Krishna mantra every day, when you say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, already in Krishna, 3 times Rama is there. So like if you say, I have 1 lakh rupee in my pocket, 1,000 rupees is there, 10,000 rupees also is there. It's like that. So which means you are telling that Krishna is the supreme? Yes. We are not telling this, Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha matta sarvam pravartate. I am the source of everything. All incarnations, all expansions, all material and all spiritual worlds, everything I am the source. So we are worshipping this source. So this sort of a distinction, discrimination, and trying to having some confusion. There is no confusion. Prabhupada says there is no confusion. We do worship. Rather, when we worship Krishna, we are worshipping the sum total of all the incarnations. Bhagavatam explains, when Krishna personally comes, when he came 5,000 years ago to Vrindavan, all the different incarnations combined in his personality. All the various expansions, Vishnu, Narayana, everything combined. That Krishna we are worshipping. Right? There is a very wonderful pastime in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela with regard to how this aspect of Rama is very superior and there is nobody else. So this sometimes this understanding is there. So once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was touring South India, right? We know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking sannyasa, he went for a South Indian tour for almost 6 years. So he began from Kurma Kshetra, after crossing the border of Orissa, it is in Andhra Pradesh now. And after that, from Kurma Kshetra, he came to Simhachala, like this. He was coming down. Then, after that, he entered Madurai. This Madurai is considered to be South Mathura, Southern Mathura. Like we have Mathura here north. Similar, there is Madurai, which is called Dakshina Mathura. So there is actually a Shiva Kshetra. Whole of South India is mostly Shiva Kshetras. Worshippers of Shiva are there. There are 2 important prominent places. One is this Madurai, and further down south there is Rameshwaram. Okay. So in Madurai there is a Shiva temple by name Sundareshwara, and a beautiful temple of Mother Durga is there, known as Meenakshi temple. Right? Madurai Meenakshi. Actually, the marriage of Sundareshwara, that is Lord Shiva, and Durga as Meenakshi happened there. It's a very beautiful pastime happened there. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived at this Madurai from one more place as he was traveling, and he happened to meet one Brahmana there, South Indian Brahmana. So as usual, the Brahmanas used to invite a sannyasi to their home and give them hospitality, they give them lunch, like that. So this Brahmana invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home, and this Brahmana, whose name was Ramadasa Vipra, he was a great devotee and an authority on Lord Sri Ramachandra's his history understanding. He was like a scholar. He was always very, very detached from his activities and was very absorbed in Lord Ramachandra's remembrance. So like this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to a nearby important holy river called Kritamala. Then he went to Brahmana's house to take lunch. So because invitation has come, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went. Just like you invite somebody guest to your home, in little advance, few hours before you invite, and you prepare the lunch and keep ready. But this Brahmana, he invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he had not prepared lunch. Because he had not cooked it at all. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, seeing this, he asked Brahmana, my dear sir, please tell me why you have not cooked. It is already noon. So for which the Brahmana replied, my dear Lord, we are living in a forest. For the time being, we cannot get all the ingredients for cooking. Actually, he was absorbed in the mood of Ramayana pastime. Like how Rama was in Vanavasa. Right? He was in exile. Forest, what he will get? No ingredients are available. So, he's telling, when Lakshmana brings all the vegetables, fruits and roots from the forest, Mother Sita will do the necessary cooking. So wait. Lakshmana is bringing ingredients, you wait. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy to see this. He was very satisfied to hear how Brahmana was so absorbed in the pastimes of Lord Rama. This is exactly what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Maya sakta mana partha, maya vesha mano yevam. To become so absorbed in Lord Krishna's, his pastimes, his leelas, or his incarnations pastimes. So he was so absorbed, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy, very satisfied. The way Brahmana is worshipping. Finally, the Brahmana made some arrangements for cooking. It became quite late. At about 3 o'clock he took lunch. It became quite late. But the Brahmana was very unhappy. And he did not take any lunch with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was fasting. So, when the Brahmana was fasting, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, why are you fasting? Why are you so unhappy? What is causing you so much worry? These questions Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked this Brahmana. The Brahmana said, I don't have any reason to live now, my Lord. I shall give up my life entering either fire or water. It's no use for my living. Why? Because Jagannmata Mahalakshmi Sita Thakurani Rakshase Sparshila Tanre Iha Kane Shuni. My dear Lord, Mother Sita, who is the mother of the entire universe, and Mahalakshmi, Mother, Supreme Goddess of Fortune, she has been touched by the demon Ravana. And just hearing this, I am very much troubled. I am very pained. And I cannot live now anymore. It is too much for me. My mother is being touched like this, or is being harassed like this. Due to my unhappiness, I cannot continue living. Although my body is burning, my life is not living. Like Arjuna also experienced this, right? When he saw his relatives on the battlefield, very warrior who had come with all arrangements to fight very valiantly, he became overwhelmed with compassion, and he expresses how he is going through. Sharire vepatastu me roma harshasya jayate gandivam samshate hastat takcheva paridashyate. My body is burning from the gandiva is slipping from my hand. Right? My whole body is trembling. So that is material emotion. So this Brahmana is experiencing spiritual emotion towards Lord Ramachandra's specific Leela. See, the descriptions given in Chaitanya Charitamrita are quite very advanced. But here specifically, I would like to quote this incident. It's very relevant for today's occasion of Rama Navami. How we are trying to understand there are devotees who can absorb their minds so well in any incarnation of Lord Krishna. Any incarnation of Lord Krishna is Krishna only. But devotee has that particular attachment for that incarnation. So Krishna also manifests accordingly and reciprocates with them. There was one associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we can say a childhood friend of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from his birth, Murari Gupta. He was a very ardent disciple of Lord Ramachandra. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his childhood, he tried many times to divert him to worship Krishna, but he never agreed. He was always fixed up, so fixed up that he was never giving up the worship of Lord Ramachandra. Likewise, we see also, you have heard of Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. They had one more younger brother, both Rupa and Sanatana, by name Anupama, who was also a very great disciple of Lord Ramachandra. Right? So both Rupa and Sanatana were trying to preach to him, should worship Krishna, Chaitanya. He was having all the respect, but his heart was for Lord Ramachandra. So, any problem? No problem. Whatever way, whatever emotion a devotee has to specific incarnation, specific form of Lord, Krishna reciprocates. Just like we see when you go to different people's houses, they have a specific form of Lord as a deity or as a photo. Somebody is following Tirupati Balaji. Oh, he's our Lord. Or somebody has Lord Narsimha Deva. So he is our, Ishta Deva. Right? It's like even in Mathura, the Vrajavasis used to worship Lakshmi Narayana, Ishta Deva. Krishna was personally there, they were worshipping Lakshmi Narayana. So like this, specific form, whatever form you want to worship, Krishna reciprocates. Right? So on the spiritual platform, there is no difference. Absolute platform, every form is as good as the other form. As Brahma says in his prayers, that Deeparcheva Dashandar Abhyupetya, if you have one original candle and 1,000 more candles after that, that original candle is burning already, you light up other candles. After lighting all the candles, it looks everything has same candle power. Everything is burning equally. Which one is original, you can't make out. But with specific incarnation, but we know that original candle is having its originality. So likewise, scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam says, Krishna, he appears, he incarnates in various forms, and in those forms, specifically he manifests his opulences required for a specific pastime. Just like Ramachandra, Prabhupada says, he appeared as King Rama. Right? And as an ideal king, he ruled the whole world. Right? We know. Rama Rajya is even now very much desired. Why? Because in Rama Rajya, people were so happy. The king, Lord Rama, was so concerned for citizens. He always wanted to care for them. Rama Raja description is given in Bhagavatam, little here and there. How people were free from all anxieties, all extremities of weather. We are seeing year after year, the heat is increasing, cold is increasing, rains are becoming very fearful. But in Rama Raja, everything is very pleasant. There is no anxiety at all. There is a nice pastime Prabhupada quotes in one instance. One Brahmana, he came running to the assembly of Lord Ramachandra. Lord Ramachandra used to have sit in the assembly as the king when he was Lord. He was ruling. He ruled for 11,000 years, the whole earth. So, when Brahmana came rushing and told, what is this injustice in your kingdom? My son who is just 10 years old, he is passed away. It is unnatural. Natural death, actually, for I have to die first, then my son has to. He grows up, he becomes old, then he dies. There is some sort of a problem in your kingdom. Like this, the citizens would see everything happening naturally, sequentially, seasonally. No such discrepancy was there. Right? And further it is also nicely explained about Lord Ramachandra's ideal ruling. Prabhupada is telling this, appeared as Lord, as a king. that Lord, when he was there, he was so affectionate to his citizens. There was one Brahmana who used to every day come take darshan of Lord Rama, audience of Lord Rama. Only then he used to go back and have his breakfast or lunch, whatever. Without that, he will not even drink one drop of water. That much he was devoted. And Lord Ramachandra also was reciprocating in that way. He was so devoted to his citizens, taking care of them so well. Once it so happened that Lord Ramachandra happened to go for a tour, for a visit somewhere. For a few days he was not there. Say for 15 days he was not there. So later on, when he came back, Lakshmana told Lord Rama, he is one Brahmana, every day he used to come and have darshan of yours, and after that only he will have his prasadam. Even water he will drink only after that. So, but now we are not there 15 days, he didn't do anything, he didn't take anything, he is fasting. So devoted he was. So Lord Ramachandra said, is it so? He is so devoted. Then give him that deity of mine, is kept in a cupboard. This deity was being worshipped by Maharaja Ikshvaku. You have heard in Bhagavad Gita. What is that 4th chapter, 1st verse? Imam Vivasvan, Imam Vivasvate Yogam, Proktavanaham Avyayam, Vivasvan Vanave Praha, Manurikshvakave Bravit. Krishna says to Arjuna, I instructed the science of Bhakti Yoga to Vivasvan, sun god. Sun god's descendant is Vaivasvata Manu. His son is Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku is, quite senior, means very many generations before. So from that time onwards, they had a deity, family deity of Lord Rama being worshipped. Ikshvaku worshipped, next descendant, all descendants worshipped. Right? So that deity, when Lord Rama personally appeared, he was there personally, so that deity was kept in a cupboard. So Ramachandra told Lakshmana, hand over this deity to this Brahmana. Let him see, because it is as good as I am. So this deity was handed over, and then from that time onwards being worshipped. So even now, this deity is in some temple in South India being worshipped. Right? See, very old, ancient deity, which was worshipped from the descendants of Lord Rama before. And Lord Ramachandra himself has handed over to this Brahmana. So like this was the ideality of his king, the ruling, very ideal king. So this is the way, Lord Ramachandra was ruling. And all the other characters in Ramayana, if you see, very ideal and very exemplary, which is noteworthy and very important for us to, imbibe those qualities in our behavior. See, Ramayana is basically meant to give us those values from the Vedic wisdom, which otherwise we, in our normal course of our life, we just, slip down to some other mundane qualities. Just like in the personality of Dasharatha. We are very familiar with Ramayana. I'll just not get into details. I'll just take some specific instances and then continue with this incident of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Dasharatha, when he was approached by Kaikeyi, his pet wife, there was a demand from her, right? Lord, my king, my dear king, you have promised me that you will give me some benediction, special gift, which I had told I'll ask at the right time, right? Because she had helped Dasharatha in a war and she had saved him from in that war. So Dasharatha became very happy and told, ask me anything. And she told, I'll ask you at the right time. And now she was reminded by her servant Manthara, you ask, now Ramachandra is going to get coronated. Abhisheka, Raja Abhisheka will happen. Next day, you go and ask that Rama should not be the king, your son should be the king. Bharata should be the king. Right? Then Kaikeyi also was a little, taken back, but nevertheless she was convinced by Manthara. So Lord Rama not only should be, not be the king, he should be sent to forest. Why? Because After Bharata becomes king, Lord Rama goes for some time, few days, few months. Again he will come with a big army and attack. Better he goes for 14 years to Vanavasa. So like this, two demands she put forward to King Dasharatha. So Dasharatha, when he heard these two demands, he was heartbroken. But because he had given a word, right? Sometimes we give a word, but because situation, circumstances is not, we are not able to manage, we go back in our words. But Dasharatha, it was a very heavy decision he had to take, a big decision. Lord Ramachandra already was very much liked by citizens. They all wanted him to be king. They were waiting for the next day. Tomorrow he is going to be the king. But what happened? Night, Dasharatha called him and told him, my dear son, your mother wants that you should go to forest for 14 years. With heavy heart he said this. So this only shows that Dasharatha was very much keeping his word of honor. Just see. Just like we see in the Krishna Leela also, when Kamsa was taking just newlywed Devaki and Vasudeva, Akashavani said, oh Kamsa, you are a big fool. 8th son of your sister is going to kill you. What are you doing? So Kamsa immediately, who was driving the chariot, he left the reins of the horses and started holding the hair of Devaki and took a sword and about to kill. So Vasudeva tried to pacify, he is not listening. Finally Vasudeva gave a word. We don't know whether children are going to be born or not, whether children born will be sons or what, we don't know. But whatever it is, any child born, I am going to hand over to you, Kamsa. So Kamsa had a lot of, confidence in Vasudeva's word of honor. Right? So that's why in that way he got a little pacified and left. And in fact, after the birth of first child, Vasudeva brought the child with heavy heart, pain, to Kamsa. Take. By that time, Kamsa's heart had a little melted. Oh, see, he's kept his word of honor. So he thought, okay, I don't have a problem with this first child. You take. I have only problem with the 8th child, 8th son of yours. So like this, and after he goes back, immediately Kamsa was, advised by his other ministers. Narada also came. Arey, you don't know, Krishna is very chalu. He is very, expert cheater. First can be 8th also, 8th can be first also. So better, don't take chances. Immediately he got prepared. He went to the prison place, and then he took the child, snatched and killed it. Right? Like this, word of honor we can see in Dasharatha's behavior. See, this is the devotee's way of behavior. I have given a word of honor. In Prabhupada's pastime also we see that in Bombay, land was purchased in 1970s. A lot of problem was there. A lot of struggle Prabhupada has to go through. It's a big pastime again. Almost for 3-4 years, Prabhupada struggled to even acquire the land and then begin the construction. Actually, Bombay land, Vrindavan land and Mayapur land, all deals happened at the same time, almost in a matter of few days, few months. And all the lands, Bhumi Puja happened same time, 1971. But Vrindavan temple opened in 1975. Mayapur also slowly guest house opened, everything, it started operations. But Bombay, nothing had happened because land problem was there. So Prabhupada was telling, I have given a word to Krishna. What? I will make a temple here for Krishna, Radha Ras Bihari. So Prabhupada words, Prabhupada fulfilled that dream. This is word of honor. Pure devotees, when they give word of honor, they will never go back. So like this, we see many ideal behaviors in the characters of Ramayana. Dasharatha being very, truthful and keeping his word of honor, and Mother Sita being ideal wife. And Sita would have very well told, when Ramachandra was about to send to the forest, she would have told, why I should come to with you forest, I am a princess actually, I didn't come to go to forest with you. I'll go back to my father's palace. Right? She would have told. But ideal wife is always with the husband, whether he is, whatever condition it is, poor or rich, he is standing by the side of the husband. Right? So she went with Lord Ramachandra. So like this, we see many wonderful characters and behaviors, qualities which can be imbibed, remembered, and see that in our behavior, in our character, we can follow those qualities to move forward in our spiritual journey. So let's continue that story of Ramdas Vipra. So this Ramdas Vipra is very unhappy. Why? Because Ravana has touched Sita. He cannot bear that. He cannot tolerate that. Right? And he wants to just leave his body. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started pacifying him. Please do not think this way any longer. You are a learned Pandita. Right? Why don't you consider the case properly? You must be knowing the details of what happened actually. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started giving explanation. That, for very philosophical explanation he gives, very relevant for us to understand. Ishvara preyasi Sita Chidananda Murti. Prakrita Indriyera Tandre Dekite Nahi Shakti. Krishna and his associates, Lord Rama and his associates, they are all what? Chidananda Murti. They are all spiritual. Ananda Chinmaya Sadujvala Vigrahasya. Right? Parma says, Narottam Das Thakur says, Gaurangira Sangigane. All the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are all spiritual, having spiritual quality. Right? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Sita Devi, the dearmost wife of Lord Ramachandra, certainly has a spiritual form. Ananda Chinmaya, Ananda Murti, full of bliss. No one can see with their material eyes. Forget about touching her. For no materialistic power, no materialist has any such power to even see or touch her. This is a Vedic understanding. Spirit cannot be seen, cannot be touched, cannot be perceived. Krishna says, Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter. Right? Spirit is what? It is achintya, inconceivable. It is aprameya, immeasurable. It is eternal. It is beyond our understanding. Many things Krishna says. So, Radharani is the embodiment of all spiritual existence. How can a materialist like Ravana can touch Sita Devi? To say nothing of touching Mother Sita, a person with material senses cannot even see her. When Ravana kidnapped her, he kidnapped only her material illusory form. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself is telling this. Right? Actually, what happened is, you should consider it from the proper Shastric evidence. Ravana did not kidnap her actual form, spiritual form. A material illusory form was kidnapped. Prabhupada quotes, Atha Shri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahyam indriye. Our material senses cannot grasp Krishna's form, name, qualities. Because right now it is very, very grossly sensual with the material world. So spiritual, anything spiritual we cannot touch also. But when we are purified, we can see, we can touch, we can feel. So this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is trying to convince this Brahmana, that don't worry, actually the form which Ravana kidnapped is not actual form of Sita, it is an illusory material form. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Ravana asite Sita antardhana kela. Ravanera age Maya Sita pathaila. As soon as Ravana arrived before Sita, she disappeared. Then just to cheat Ravana, she sent an illusory material form. So spiritual substance is never within the jurisdiction of the material conception. It is always the verdict of the Vedas and Puranas. Right? So very clearly the Vedas scriptures mention that understanding spirit is not within the jurisdiction of our material senses. That's why it's called achintya. It's beyond our mind and senses. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is wanting to convince this Brahmana that actually, don't worry, the real form of Sita was not kidnapped. Illusory form of Sita was kidnapped. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finally tried to convince him that please have faith in my words and do not simply, be burdened like this in your mind, like this with this misconception. He started telling. So he's trying to convince. But Brahmana was not very convinced philosophically. So, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's words were Lord's words himself. So it was having some level of conviction. So then he somehow managed that day and he broke his fast, halved his food and he lunched and he was going on. So like this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after assuring this Brahmana, pacifying him, he proceeded further in the South Indian tour. And finally, he came to a place known as Durvashana, where he bathed in the river known as Kritamala again. Right? Then, in Durvashana, this is a further south from Madurai towards Rameshwaram, in between. There he visited the temple of Lord Ramachandra. And there is also nearby, there is a hill known as Mahendra Parvata, where Parashurama was staying. So this Durvashana is called Darbha Shayana, actually Sanskrit word. Presently it is known as Tirupullani. If you are anybody visiting by road from Madurai, you can visit this temple. Even now it is there. So what happened here is that Lord Ramachandra, when he came to know that Mother Sita is kidnapped, and he took help of all the Vanaras, and finally he came to know that she is in Lanka, but Lanka is separated by a big ocean, water body, right? So how to cross that ocean was a big challenge, because all the monkeys also had to cross to fight against this Ravana. So how to do that was a challenge. So now Lord Ramachandra came at almost near the ocean, from the Tirupullani, this place where the Darbha Shayana. Darbha Shayana means Lord Ramachandra rested on a darbha grass for some days there, and was waiting. He was planning how to cross the ocean, right? But Hanuman was very powerful. He could just tell Jai Shri Ram and jump from here to Lanka. He did that. But others, how will they do? What will they do? So Bhagavatam explains this particular incident. Prabhupada, in fact, this particular verse also is telling that. Samudra Nigrahadini. Right? So he exhibited superhuman powers by controlling the Indian Ocean. What did he do? 2-3 verses are there. I'll just read that, which is very relevant. So after reaching the beach, Lord Ramachandra fasted for 3 days. This is the place, Darbha Shayana, right? So all these places are even now existing. There is the temple where there is a sort of a bed sort of a thing is there, and that Lord is resting. And he was waiting for the arrival of the ocean personified. Samudra Raja, he was waiting. So looks like Samudra Raja didn't know Lord himself has come. Right? Authority has come. My authority has come, he didn't know. So Samudra is waiting for Samudra because Lord Rama was playing the role of a human being, ideal king. He did not want to transgress. He did not want to say, I have come immediately. No. He was waiting. As proper etiquettes he was following. Maryada Purushottam Ram. Right? Maryada means all the etiquettes being followed very strictly. His behavior, his actions were so exemplary. Every action of Lord Rama was filled with a lot of wonderful Maryada, etiquettes. Right? Just like when Dasharatha told Ramachandra, you go to forest, my dear son. Generally, nowadays, if any son is told, tomorrow is, you have to go for a trip. to some foreign country, and father will say, today, don't go tomorrow. Son, what he will say? Why, father? I have to go, no? Don't worry, I'll go and come. But Ramchandra said, okay, father, whatever you say, I'll do. Very, maryada. With father means, whatever he says, I'll follow. Everything, every action of Lord Ramachandra is filled with maryada. So here we can see that maryada here, again, with regard to how he was waiting. The ocean personified, because every body, what you see, hills, seas, rivers, oceans, they're all personalities. They're all personalities. So this ocean personified did not come. 3 days he waited. Then Lord Ramachandra was, because time was going away, and the time was becoming short. There was some time they had to reach Lanka, then before that some time they had to, again that 14 years was getting over, exile period. That's how when Lord Ramachandra became angry, he exhibited the pastime of anger, and simply by his glancing over the ocean, Lord Ramachandra glanced over the ocean, all the living entities within this ocean, like crocodiles, sharks, everybody was agitated. This is the power of Lord Ramachandra, you see. He became angry. His anger agitated all the aquatics in the ocean. That is Lord Krishna, Lord Rama. Right? Then this ocean personified became little terrified. Oh, somebody powerful has come. Immediately he came rushing out and approached Lord Ramachandra, and he brought all the paraphernalia for worship. Oh, I've done a mistake. So then he fell at the feet of ocean personified, fell at the feet of Lord Ramachandra, and then he spoke as follows. What did he speak? Oh, all-pervading Supreme Person, we are dull-minded and did not understand who you are. But now we understand that you are the Supreme Person. Right? It's like Indra did not know Krishna is Supreme Person. But when Indra lifted Govardhana hill, then Indra got senses. Oh, my Lord, you are the Lord, you are not simply an ordinary person. He comes as an ordinary person, appears as an ordinary person, but he is not ordinary person. He is Supreme Lord himself. So sometimes even great personalities fail to understand the identity of Supreme Lord. Indra failed, Brahma failed, even great personalities fail. Who are we? Right? That is the point which scriptures say. So this ocean personified, he is apologizing and begging forgiveness. Now I understand who you are. Now we understand that you are Supreme Person, Master of the entire universe, the unchanging and original personality of Godhead. The demigods also are infatuated with this, that they are the lords, Prajapatis, with the mode of passion. Like this, all the people are they are not aware. Name vidus suraganaha. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, nobody knows about you. So, my Lord, I know for what you have come. You may please use my water as you like. Indeed, you may cross it and go to the abode of Ravana. Right? Who is a great source of disturbance and crying for the three worlds. Because Ravana was very much causing tribulation to the entire world. Everybody was disturbed. Right? So, when the ocean personified is telling, he's making everybody to cry. Ravana. He is the son of Vishrava, but is condemned like urine. Scriptures say, urine and the sun appear from the same place, genitals. When the son, Putra, is doing all the duties as per dharma, he is considered to be very glorious. When that same Putra is not doing his duty as per dharma, he becomes Mutra. Putra, Mutra. Right? So, he is telling the same thing. This Ravana is like Mutra. Please go kill him and thus regain your wife Sita Devi. Although my water presents no impediment to your going to Lanka, please construct a bridge over it to spread your transcendental fame. Just see. The ocean personified gave a recommendation. Please construct, my ocean water will not obstruct you at all. But you please construct a bridge. So that, it will help you to cross with all your associates. So that upon seeing this wonderfully uncommon deed of your lordship, all the great heroes and kings in the future will glorify you. Just see. This was Ocean's personified thinking. You make a bridge, Rama Setu. Right? This will glorify your wonderful activities. Chakre Viryani Atapparam. Today's verse also it is being mentioned. Right? So, on the ocean, Lord Rama built a bridge. Why? In order to use it as a means to go to Lanka and kill that Ravana. That is, he has used his superhuman powers. And Prabhupada explains, what was superhuman power? We throw a small stone in the water, it will sink. But whereas big boulders and big tree trunks, these Vanaras used to carry and then put it in the water, telling Jai Shri Ram. But they used to float. So which means, the law of gravity nullified. Law of gravity is not working. Why? Because it is Supreme Lord Krishna, Lord Rama. He is controlling the material nature. Maya Dekshina Prakriti. He can do anything. He can change the law. Daivi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mamevaya Prapadyante. Unless you are a devotee, ordinarily a karmi or any other materialistic person, laws of nature work on you. Laws of karma work on you. But when you become devotee, Krishna will say, Maya, don't disturb him. He is under my control. Daivi Prakriti. That's the understanding. So, Lord Ramachandra built a bridge. There is a place called Dhanushkoti in Rameshwaram. Tip of India, you can say. From that point to Lanka, a bridge was built. Right, and that bridge was used. Right, within 5 days, they built the bridge. Very, wonderfully, mysteriously, because of Lord Rama's wonderful and omnipotence. All the, Vanaras struggled hard and they built the bridge, and a huge bridge was built. And after Lord Rama went to Lanka, defeated Ravana, and he came back to the same bridge. After that, it is said that, Prabhupada explains in one of these teachings, that Vibhishana told Lord Rama that this bridge, if it is there, continuing to be like this, it will be a problem for me. Because why? Vibhishana was enthroned as a king in Lanka after Ravana was killed. Because this bridge is there, some demons or some unwanted elements may come. You destroy this bridge, my lord. So Lord Rama, with one stroke, he destroyed the bridge. That's why this bridge is not existing the way it was supposed to be. Broken bridge inside the waters, which can be seen from NASA satellites. Right? So like this, a lot of evidence is there with regard to what is Lord Ramachandra's pastimes. So here, further, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to this Darbashayana, Durvasana. He offered prayers to Lord Ramachandra. And further, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to this Rameshwaram, which is also known as Setu Bandha. What is the significance of Rameshwara? Rameshwara means the personality for whom Lord Rama is the Lord. Who is the personality? Lord Shiva. Right? So, here he came and took bath in Dhanus Tirtha, and there are 24 Tirthas in Rameshwaram. He took bath everywhere, and then he visited the Rameshwara temple. Then he took some rest. There, like when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there in Rameshwaram for some time, there was a discussion going on between the Brahmanas there. Right? They were discussing something from Kurma Purana. So there, in Kurma Purana, while discussion was going on, narration about Pativrati, Sati, Pativratya, chastity of women, was being described. So in that example, the mother Sita's name is comes to be topmost. She is a great Pativrata, right? So Srimati Sita Devi, Pativrata Shiromani Janaka Nandini. Very nice statement, no? Chaitanya was telling. Pativrata Shiromani Janaka Nandini Jagatera Mata Sita Ramera Grihini. Srimati Sita Devi is the mother of the three worlds and the wife of Lord Ramachandra. Among chaste women, she is supreme and she is the daughter of King Janaka. When Ravana came to kidnap Mother Sita and she saw him, she took shelter of the fire god, Agni. The fire god covered the body of Mother Sita, and in this way she was protected from hands of Ravana. So this discussion was going on between the Brahmanas from Kurma Purana. What happened? When Ravana came, Mother Sita immediately took shelter of Agni Devata. And Agni Devata covered the spiritual body of Mother Sita and he presented an illusory Sita. And this illusory Sita is what Ravana took. Maya Sita Ravana Nila Sunila Akhyane Shuni Mahaprabhu Vaila Anandita Mane. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard that from in Kurma Purana there is a reference like this, oh, very good. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to explain this to that Brahmana, but Brahmana was not convinced. But now in Kurma Purana this instance is there that how Ravana had kidnapped a false Sita and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy now. The fire god actually took away the real Sita and she brought her to the place of Parvati, goddess Durga. With her she was, Sita was with the Durga Mata. And then illusory form of Mother Sita, Maya Sita, Diya Agni Vanchile Ravana. Means Agni gave a Maya Sita and delivered to Ravana. In this way Ravana was cheated actually. Ravana never touched Sita, original Sita. Right? After Ravana was killed by Lord Ramachandra, Sita Devi was brought before the fire and tested. How we know after the Ramayana war and when Sita was about to, Lord Ramachandra was about to take Sita, there was a test given by Lord Ramachandra. Raghunatha Asi Abe Ravana Marila Agni Pariksha. The Agni Pariksha. Because you are in the house of some other man for so many days, so many months. How can I accept you? You go through Agni Pariksha, Lord Ramachandra said. This was too much for Sita Mata. But even then, she went through Agni Pariksha. Then what happened? When the illusory Sita was brought before the fire of Lord Ramachandra, the fire god made the illusory form disappear and delivered the real Sita to Lord Ramachandra. Right? So this is what when Mother Sita came before fire, that illusory fire god disappeared and fire God actually brought the original Sita. So this happened in a place called Agni Tirtha in Rameshwaram. There's a place called Agni Tirtha, ocean. Actually, ocean itself is called Agni Tirtha. People take bath there. Right? Then what happened? When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this story, he was very pleased and he remembered the word of this Brahmana in Madurai, Ramachandra Vipra. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he heard in Kurma Purana this is there, he copied. He took, this Kurma Purana is one of the Puranas, after 18 Puranas, one of the Puranas. Many portions are lost, only few portions are available. So specifically this portion is mentioned there. So then he personally copied that from that old manuscript and he took it with him. Again he went back to Mathura. Right? Again Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went back to Mathura. Actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was supposed to go from Rameshwaram this side, Kerala and further. But he went back to Mathura again because now he got evidence. Kurma Purana evidence he has got. He went back to that Brahmana and he met him again. So this Ramdasa Vipra was very pleased that he is receiving the original manuscript from a Purana. Evidence is there. Sita who was kidnapped is not original Sita, she is Maya Sita. Right? So immediately he fell down at the feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and this Brahmana began to cry. After receiving the manuscript, the Brahmana being very pleased said, "My dear Lord, your Lord Ramachandra himself." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki. You see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has Shadbhuja form. 2 hands with danda and kamandalu, one set of hands. One more set of hands with a flute. Right? One more set is what? Bow and arrow. What is that? Lord Ramachandra. Means same Krishna is Rama, same Rama is Chaitanya, same Chaitanya is Rama, Krishna, everybody. So it is a very important principle in spiritual understanding which we have to properly, understand this. Otherwise, always there will be confusion. Rama is coming. So Rama I like, Krishna I don't like. Krishna I like, this I don't like. This dislike should give up. Everything is Krishna. Krishna has various forms, various incarnations. Anything with Krishna I like. Right? So, this Brahmana realized this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Ramachandra himself, who has come in the dress of a sannyasi to give him audience. So, this Brahmana said, my dear Lord, you have delivered me from a very great unhappy condition. I am now fully happy. I request that you take lunch now again with me. Please accept this invitation. But this time, he did not delay. He knows Lord Rama only has come. So immediately he prepared the lunch. I am very happy that you have relieved me from mental distress, and you have given and I am very happy that you again came to give me this type of audience. That way he was very happy. Mahaprabhu also told, okay, I am also happy that you are relieved from mental distress. Just see. So you can say like this, many pastime places of Lord Rama, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited. The place where Vali was shot. Those trees behind which Lord Rama is standing and he shot arrows to Vali. That place Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the place and touched those trees, they all got liberated. Right? Like this, there are many pastimes in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Leela, wherein we can only get a understanding that the same Krishna came as Lord Rama, same Rama came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is no difference. So it's called Advaita. Advaita means non-different. So same Rama, Krishna, Chaitanya has come as Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is called Advaya Jnana. Krishna standing as a deity, Krishna in his sound form, the hearing what we are doing now, Leela, no difference. All are same, equally potent. So on this auspicious occasion of Rama Navami, let us pray to Lord Rama that all the ideal characteristics which he displayed, he exhibited, and all the other different personalities who also exhibited ideal characteristics, let them become a sort of a direction for us in our life. Right? And we'll, especially on these occasions of his appearance days, incarnations of the Lord become very merciful. So we'll pray to them and bless, so that they can bless us. So I'll stop here. Anybody has anything to ask, discuss? Okay, fine. We'll close here. Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki, Shri Ramanavami Maha Mahotsav ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Haribo.